Yeah, so everybody, welcome to a special MVMF edition of the Bullish and Bearish show with Digital Maiworld. For anybody new and not familiar with the show, Bullish or Bearish started earlier this year. We did the first 10 episodes of season 1 over in the Tokensmart Discord. Shout out to the whole Tokensmart crew. And basically what the show is, every week we would come up with 5 topics that were, I guess, headlines or projects in the NFT Web3 space. And we would talk about those 5 topics and give our sentiments, how we felt about it, whether we were bullish or bearish on a particular topic or product or company. And so we figured we would bring it back for this event as a special edition. And this time, instead of 5 topics, we have 7 whole topics. Yeah,
Wow.
seven indeed.
7.
7.
There's
Yeah,
no way. Look, I'm going to say it now. I bet nobody guesses this correctly.
Yeah, so speaking to that, there is a contest running. So what we did in season 1 was kind of gamified this whole show. So with there being 7 topics, I'm going to give my sentiment. If I'm bullish or bearish on a topic, Maiworld will do the same. So there will be a total of 14 bulls or bears. If anyone in the chat can accurately predict the number of bulls given tonight and the number of bears given tonight, you will potentially win something, right? You got something to give away, right, Mai?
I do, yes. I have. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff we could give away. Once again, this MVMF collection wearable wallet is filling up. Like we could give out a wearable every hour to every single person that's live in here, and we probably would not run out of wearables. But yes, I'm also going to give the only issue with mine is I kind of only want to give it out once, but we'll figure that out. If it's a tie, maybe we'll have to like finesse it. But yes, I am giving out something particularly, and then the MVMF is also going to donate some wearables to the winners tonight. So there's a lot to win tonight. I'm not gonna lie, the stakes are massive.
Dope. Yeah, so I didn't mention, if you want to participate tonight in possibly winning some of these goodies and accurately predicting the number of bulls and number of bears, go ahead and drop that in the chat. How many bears do you think? How many bulls? Make sure it equals 14 in total. You have a few more minutes to go ahead and drop your prediction in the chat to qualify, I guess, before we go ahead and get started. Do we have any music for like intermissions or anything? Do we have anything queued
I
up?
mean, I was gonna, I don't want to be selfish, but you and I could probably fill that up. But
we have the Metaverse song that we haven't played.
Metaverse song, yeah, no doubt, the Metaverse song for sure.
Hey, yo, Andy, you put 6 in. Okay, he just edited it. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say this is always a good test for math skills, a refresher for everybody. Getting that to total up to 14.
Yeah, I mean, 14 is cool. I felt like 10 was better, but I know you wanted to go bigger, right, for the MVMF. So we added 2 more spaces, I guess.
Yeah, put it all on me.
It was your idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's cool. It was just messing with Easy's math.
Right. Well, we can't give him the advantage. He's like a 7-time winner.
Facts though.
Easy's getting insider info, and then he's just guessing half of it. But I'm not gonna lie. This is a tough one. There's a lot that could.
I should probably tell them what the topics are. People are like guessing and not even knowing what we're talking about.
That's a good point. Maybe drop that in the chat.
Yeah.
And, okay, so here we go.
Sorry, guys. We're kind of brushing off the rust. We haven't done this in a few months, but
yeah.
I dropped the topics in the chat there for anybody paying attention and participating. You could see what we're talking about tonight, and we'll go ahead and get started here in a second. Yo, how long do we have for the show?
I think we gave ourselves 2 hours, but
oh shit,
we could go for as long or as little as we need. Completely down for however long the event takes, but yes, this is yeah.
Dope. Okay.
Look, I mean, these are some good topics, man. These might be the best topics we've ever had.
Yeah, let's see what happens. see what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's the cutoff moment there. We'll go ahead and get started and hop into the first topic. You ready to go, Mai?
I sipped my espresso. I've lit my spliffy.
Hey,
Let us begin.
let's talk that shit. All right. All right. So tonight's first topic, we're starting off with a bang. We're talking about Meta, aka Facebook, aka whatever, Faceverse. So anybody who has been living under a rock for the past 24 hours, pretty much everybody knows Facebook has rebranded itself as Meta. They changed their company name, they're changing their stock ticker, and they're going all in on the quote unquote metaverse, everything that we've been pretty much experiencing today throughout this festival. But Facebook is Meta is a centralized company, right? So off the bat, to me, it feels like whatever they're aiming for with their AR and VR implementations and their NFTs and this, that, and the third for creating their metaverse, I would think it would be centralized just like Facebook has been centralized. I feel like the ethos or the energy or the spirit of decentralization and what Web3 actually stands for and what we've called the metaverse up until this point is something different from what Facebook has in mind, right? And so, Maiworld, you tell me, are you bullish or are you bearish on Meta?
I love the framework of the beginning of this. You always kind of do the intro and then throw it straight to me. Got to get the ball rolling here. Let me preface it as I always do. Get the milk emojis ready because I'm about to milk this one. But yeah, as you said, Facebook obviously a dominant force, one of the four dominant companies that own our digital landscape. And now they're rebranding to Meta. So, yeah, in terms of is Meta good for the crypto space as a whole, this is a tricky conversation because this is definitely going to bring that wave of mainstream people that we genuinely don't know, that we all know is going to eventually be here, but they're going to stumble in from a totally different landscape. So the question is, will that landscape translate to the world that we are currently building in? And if it does, then that could be really good for crypto as a whole. Now, as we most likely all are guessing, is that the way that this will probably go is that it probably won't be compatible. And if that's the case, now we got some real problems. We got some real competition, and it's a bad thing. Now, I mean, we know that Facebook has dominated most of the Web 2 world, and with their funding and their control power that they have now, it's hard for me to say that this Meta will not do exactly what they aim it to do, and that's take over the metaverse from their centralized viewpoint, which is frightening. So it is a good thing to push the space forward. But but the point of this show is to basically say, are we bullish or bearish on the idea of the topic? And I mean, this is a challenging one because, on one hand, like mentally, morally speaking, I'm quite bearish. Like, but it's tough because as a company, if I had to say what I believe Meta will be, get your get your get your red capes ready because we got some bulls.
Oh shit.
I hate to say it, guys, but I'm bullish on Meta. How can they
Oh.
not be successful? How can they not be? I'm bullish on Meta. I'll let you go.
Okay. All right. All right. You got the soundboard popping tonight? Or are we gonna?
Oh, I'll soundboard it up. So So once again, I am bullish on. I don't know which one to click here, but we'll do this one because I feel like this is the sentiment of the room. But I'm bullish. Let's go.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, shit. I seen Elbow in the chat. Shout out to Elbow. he said that competition is good for innovation, and I tend to agree. Makes sense to me. Now, if Twitter was doing this, I might feel a different way. Maybe even if I don't know anybody but Facebook, man. I've been off of Facebook since 2011. It's 10 years now. I don't use Instagram. I have an account, but I don't use the shit. I don't use WhatsApp. I don't use Messenger, and I try to stay out of the Facebook ecosystem pretty much entirely. And so Meta is kind of enticing, right? It's it's that new frontier. It's that AR, VR, and clearly they have all the money in the world, all the talent in the world to execute and make this a reality, which I'm sure it will be. But like, it kind of feels like a catch-22 for me. Like, I'm big into the metaverse as it is right now, and I will probably want to taste and touch and feel and sense what's going on in this Facebook implementation. But it's fucking Facebook. I don't care if you call it Meta, it's still Mark, and Mark's gonna do what Mark does. And I am bearish. I'm bearish on Meta. There you go.
Wow. I will give it the crowd. I'll give it what the crowd wants. Okay. Well, there you have it. I mean, that's an interesting look. I mean, I think we can all agree that we want to see Facebook and Meta just die out. We want to see all these big companies just completely go away and we dominate. That's what we want. But at the end of the day, it's we can't assume that they're not going to dominate at least half of this world. That doesn't mean we can't hold strong and battle them, but I mean they're gonna do their thing no matter what. So we can't play dumb either. Like you said, Connie. Even you're gonna be interested. I mean, you might take a dip. Take a dip in there for a little while. You might come back with some things you might need to take a pill for, but at the end of the day, it might be where they're going. So so maybe we could go there, rescue them, and bring them here. But look, I think we can all agree though. Fuck Facebook. But yeah, one bull, one bear, one bullet. That's I'm glad to see we're already throwing off the numbers though. That's good.
Yeah, one bull, one bear. We'll see where it goes. Let's keep it moving. You want to hop into topic 2, or did you want to say anything else on Meta?
We'll leave Meta where it is right now, but yeah, let's go ahead to go to topic 2.
Facts. Okay. So topic 2 is music NFT editions, right? And so basically, the way I was thinking about this when we were coming up with the topics is, there's conversation about are one of ones better than editions, like for music specifically, right? This is a music festival. And so like clearly people value one of ones more than they would value a one of 10 or a one of 100, right? But when you're talking about building a fan base, right? Music, you need more than one, right? You need to be able to sell MP3s as we did in the past, or sell cassette tapes, or sell CDs, but there's not just one of those things, you feel me? And so do we look at it in that sense, or do we look at it in the sense that it's a one of one, any and everybody can hear it, but only one person owns it? And so with music as the specific topic, Maiworld, are you bullish or bearish on the idea of music NFT editions?
Yeah, so I'm gonna come out early, but we'll go deep on it. I'm definitely bullish on music NFT editions. Now I'm bullish on music NFT editions because it's just the only other alternative to a one of one. And I believe that they can both. I believe that they can both exist, in a package, and be just as valuable as the other. I see a one of one as exactly what it is. A one of one, it cannot be replicated, and as long as it's dedicated to that song in the most dedicated fashion that it can be, then I think that that's what that will be. But music editions can be much more. They can be unlockables. They can be access points to, you know, deeper levels of a Discord, deeper levels of a community. They can be access points for physical things. And I think it just allows you to spread out the creativity and the potential of a song a lot more than just what a one of one could do. So I'm definitely bullish on the idea of music NFTs, due to the fact that it doesn't eliminate the value for me for a one of one, as long as that edition carries something that is unique to the fact that it will be owned by more than one person. So uh, they're very different markets to me. Um, and I think they can be extremely different markets if you price them a certain way, or you do certain things with the editions versus what you do with the one of one. So I am bullish on music NFT, music edition NFTs.
Okay. All right. I feel that. I feel that. And actually, too, later in the show, we're going to get down to fractionalized NFTs, which kind of can play into this topic as well with the one of one versus editions. But yeah, I'm going to just give my sentiment off the top as well. I am bullish also on NFT editions. I think it would be silly for me to say otherwise. I just dropped an EP with multiple editions. And, you know, I did that because I would like multiple people to collect my work. I would like it to be in multiple hands. And I also can do I could do the unlockable NFTs, and I can make different things unlockable for different editions. And you can have a lot more fun, and there's a lot more space to play, I think, when you start introducing editions. I mean, one of ones are great, obviously, but like, I don't know. For me, it just feels like I wouldn't sell one cassette. Like that's kind of the way I think about it. Like as a product, you know, like who sells one cassette? Now, if you're Wu-Tang Clan and you have the one of one album that sells for 4 million or whatever it was recently, I mean, you're fucking Wu-Tang Clan at this point. Like awesome. But they didn't start off just selling one CD, you know, like they pressed up all types of cassettes and CDs to sell and whatever. I kind of look at it the same way here. And so, yeah, I am bullish on NFT music editions. I did see a question though in the chat from Elbow. Let me scroll up here. And so I'm going to pose this question to you. My Elbow says, could we talk about what a one of one music NFT would be most useful for? I'm having trouble seeing how promotion would go.
Yeah. So yeah, my opinion on this is maybe different than most, or maybe not. I just feel like I do see it very differently than maybe what even the collector or the artist would want to admit. But I think one of ones, the market for one of ones are investors. I really believe that it is not a fan. You know, fans just want to hear the song and connect with it. The market for a one of one is simply investors, people who believe in the bullishness of this whole entire market. Because I believe if it's truly the only one of one for that song, the possibility of it being worth a lot of money, that one song, over the course of a lifetime, is actually quite possible. I mean, if you look at most, if not every artist, or not obviously not every artist, but a lot of artists in the past, it's only been like the past 5-10 years that we've had this massive influx of artists. But like, let's just say from 2000 and before, any of those artists that have made songs, if you would have owned the one of one to that song, most likely you would have made a positive investment, just due to the fact that music itself became more accessible over the course of history and over the course of time, which ultimately would have raised the stock of every song's one of one. Now, some may have, you know, started a bit high, but and that's where I maybe the same thing is probably happening now. But to me, I definitely believe that this is definitely a very interesting thing that's happening right now. I really believe that this is you know, a place where investors think that this is a great opportunity to come in and own that thing that is going to be valuable, way more valuable in 5 years. But I see it as a simply an investment. I really do. I see it as simply an investor trying to be smart. They only need to see a little bit to be swayed. That to me shows investor mentality, not fan mentality. Some of these one of one NFTs could be picked up by somebody who doesn't know you whatsoever. They just understand what you're involved in. They understand what you might be capable of in the next year, and they see that it's a one of one, and they think that they can own it for less than what it might be worth in a year. That's genuinely who I think the market of one of one NFTs are. And artists should be aware of that, because that's what's going to help you price them correctly. Because if someone's offering you something, most likely they're willing to go much higher. Is usually my assumption, because it's a one of one. And, I think we should be very strict with one of ones, which is also why I'm so bullish on additions, because the additions is where you can allow people to get in and have that real ownership. If this is a fan that's trying to buy your one of one, that's just not likely to me, because you wouldn't want to let that go for what maybe your average fan would want to pay for it. But this is all my personal opinion, though. I'm curious to see what your takes are on this question.
I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like like I think one thing that people could do, I don't know if anybody has done this yet, but I think it makes sense, at least in my head here, that you could tokenize the WAV file or the MP3, right, as a one of one. Maybe you hold on to that as the source file or whatever, right? But that's a WAV or an MP3. But then maybe you can make additions that are MP4 video, maybe music video additions, or like short TikTok type, Snapchat story, whatever type videos. But now you're doing additions of MP4s of that song, which I would think would bring value back to that one of one source file WAV MP3, right? Like, I think that's an option. I don't know. I'm just saying the different file types, right? Like, because I think that's important. That if you're going to do a one of one, if you're going to do an addition, it should be a different type of file, right? But I don't know. It's wide open, right?
Yeah, it's a tricky conversation, because we're also both assuming that the one of one is the song and the song only, maybe, whereas you might have 10 one of ones that are of the whole project from different vantage points. Maybe it's a snippet of each song, and they're all one of ones, very unique to themselves, but that's 10 one of ones that are representing that whole album now, instead of just a one of one of that song. So who knows, maybe what is made, and we can look at TikTok as a representation of this. TikTok, what people use to like, think about what's a viral TikTok video. They're very random. There's a very random sound, very random visual, and it's usually not predictable as to what's going to pop. And I think when it comes to one of ones, maybe that's a trend that we might see. One of ones that are very niche, very specific, and some of them just catch like fire, and that's like a thing for a while. And it's like a style. Like, maybe it's a visual that does this, and it's 15 seconds long, and it loops perfect, and it has a certain color, whatever it is, that might pop, and that might make those one of ones more valuable than additions at a certain time. But maybe I think we're just so early that all of these options are still possible to pop, and there's still opportunity for people to find different formulas that will really work with these scenarios. So it's hard to say.
Yeah, but it's a good segue for our third topic, which is catalog. So anyone that is not familiar, catalog is kind of like the first dedicated music NFT platform. Is that accurate to say? I'm not sure, but they allow you to tokenize lossless music files, and you mint them as one of one catalog records. I've been seeing a lot of activity on Twitter as far as like user growth and activity just taking place on their platform, which is also built on the Zora protocol. I know you recently tokenized something on Catalog. Maybe you want to talk about that, Mai. But regardless, are you bullish or are you bearish on Catalog?
Yeah, so this is it definitely just goes right in line with what we were talking about. I think Catalog has the potential. It's tough to say, because I think anybody else could come in and do what Catalog's doing, and could potentially take the reign of where we are, who you make your one of one with. which is what catalog is really going for. They're trying to be the cream of the crop. Like, this is where you mint your one of one, whether it's a demo or whatever. This is where you mint your one of one. So as long as that stays, which I do believe, at any given time that could switch, that could change. But, like, assuming that is the case, I would say that would make them very valuable in the future, as like this is where people will literally go in the future to find the original one of one, kind of like how you go to that one lyric website where that's where all the lyrics are. Imagine if lyrics were tokenized and there was a tokenized lyric website. I mean, that's probably going to be a thing. Somebody'd steal that idea. But just basically tokenizing the lyrics and putting those on a page. It's the same concept of if catalog, we'll take the tokenizing out, you know what I mean? Basically catalog becoming that place. They're known for that. So I would I'm bullish on catalog. In short, I'm definitely bullish on catalog. I believe that they're getting the reputation that they want. I think that there's a few things that they definitely need to pay attention to if they want to scale in a way that they want in terms of the user interface and just compatibility with everything. But that's more or less a problem of how early we are. Once again, not really a matter of maybe what their focus is, but who knows? Maybe it is. I know that we have a particular topic that I want to talk about, which is their imaging and how it doesn't show up properly on OpenSea and things like this. But most likely that's a marketing strategy because it just shows up the Zora logo, and that's what they're built on. So it just seems like it's not necessarily it's like they're being lazy. It's just like I feel like they just see that as a better marketing tool for now, and eventually it will make sense to switch it. But there's definitely some things that you could bring up that are questionable. But ultimately, I think the idea of it and where they're at is they're light years ahead of everybody else, but it could change any moment. But at the current moment, I'm bullish.
Okay. I feel that. I feel that. I will say though, I mean, if it were a marketing thing, wouldn't they be marketing the catalog logo and not the Zora logo? But
Well,
irregardless, like that
true.
shouldn't be a thing anyway. Like it should show the fucking artwork. Like why is it not showing the cover art? Why is it showing the Zora logo? Like that's the problem, right? So for anybody who's not familiar, if you own a catalog one of one NFT, unfortunately, if you try to listen to it in your mobile crypto wallet like Rainbow or MetaMask, it doesn't play, it doesn't show the cover art. And, I've actually been trying behind the scenes to work with the dev team at Catalog and even did a group chat with some of the dev team from OpenSea trying to figure out how we could fix this problem for the community. And some people in that group chat kind of went ghost, and it still hasn't been fixed at this point, to be completely honest. But like it just seems to be a issue with how Catalog is doing its metadata and how all that works. I'm not a dev, but basically, they're using a different process than what OpenSea uses, and all these wallets are pulling in data from OpenSea. So if your shit is not compatible with OpenSea's standard or whatever, then it's not going to show in the wallet. And to Catalog's credit, they've been trying to fix this issue, and it just hasn't happened yet. And I've been a little hard on them, but I do appreciate their strides and their efforts to try to fix this thing. Because for me, I'm a collector as well as a creator, and if I buy an NFT, I want the shit to work in my wallet. Like I want to listen to the song in my wallet. I want to see the cover art in my wallet. I want it to work the way it's intended to work, right? And saying all of that, I am actually bullish though on Catalog. I think they'll eventually fix these problems, and I'm excited to watch the project evolve. I think they have great momentum. Like you said, they're becoming known for something, which is always bullish and positive. So yeah, they're like a first mover in this space, and I want to watch them succeed. They don't take any fees from the artist when you sell, and the platform itself is easy to use. It's streamlined. It works, and so I'm gonna give it a bullish sentiment.
Let's go. Incredible.
Yeah, we're at 5 bulls, 1 bear. Don't know how you guys are looking as far as your predictions go, but I want to take a break in this moment and get some water. Mighty, if you're on the boards, could we pull up that Metaverse song of yours? It's so catchy.
Yeah, I have that and also something else in mind. We can stream Craig Blackmore, who is playing right now at the NXM stage, at least one song and come back after. That's a second option.
Yeah, whatever you decide, I'm with it.
Okay. So let's hop into the NXM stage for a song and come back in a few minutes.
Dope.
Let me run, see me run. Give me go, let me go. Give me go, let me go. Moving on, moving on. Give me go, let me go. Be strong, oh, take a hit, fly away. Levitate, levitate. See me run, give me go.
Yeah, this next track is called I'm Fine. It's about all the time someone asks how you doing, and even though you're down in the dumps, feeling really low,
the world's burning and flooding, but I'm feeling nice. Money's so hard to collect, but hey, life's alright. I got liquor on ice, herb in my pipe. I'm afraid to live my life, I can't sleep at night. I got a nice 9 to 5 with a part-time at night. I'm always getting paid, but money's still kinda tight. Got a couple fuck buddies, somewhat of a nightlife. Never gonna buy a house, see the world, find a wife. How am I? Well, I'm doing fine. I can't calm my mind, but all is well, I suppose. I don't like how I live my life, but that's alright, I'm alive. So I just smile, even when I'm down, I just hide the frown. Take a couple pills and I can turn that bitch around. My world is falling down, I cry for every sound. But when you ask me how am I, I'm fine. Baby, I'm fine. I'm just gonna live this life of mine. Probably lose my mind and enter a life of crime. I'm fine. I never wanted to fuck the world for me. I get so stupid like it I could ever have. I'm fine. I'm working hard and still falling behind. Can't control my feelings, emotions clouding my mind. I'm fine. Working like they should, but don't worry about me. I'm good. Oh, I'm so alone. Even when I'm not, I'm in a hole. Hoping that society doesn't consume my soul. I'm melting, drip into a sewer with manure. I absorb all this shit and break down. But I got pizza, I got a lot of food that makes me happy, so I'm good. No, really, I'm doing good. I got a bit of ass and my meme is going viral. I just lack a few basic needs for survival. Well, how am I? Well, I'm doing fine. I can't calm my mind, but all is well, I suppose. I don't like how I live my life, but that's alright, I'm alive. So I just smile, even when I'm down. I just hide the frown. Take a couple pills and I can turn that bitch around. My world is falling down, I cry for every sound. But when you ask me how am I, I'm fine. Baby, I'm fine. I'm just gonna live this life of mine. Probably lose my mind and enter a life of crime. I'm fine. I never wanted to fuck the world for me. I get so stupid like it I could ever have. I'm fine. I'm working hard and still falling behind. Can't control my feelings, emotions clouding my mind. I'm fine. Working like they should, but don't worry about me. Baby, I'm fine. I'm just gonna live this life of mine. Probably lose my mind and enter a life of crime. I'm fine. I never wanted to fuck the world for me. I get so stupid like it I could ever have. I'm fine. I'm working hard and still falling behind. Can't control my feelings, emotions clouding my mind. I'm fine. Working like they should, but don't worry about me. I'm good. There you have it. I'm doing great. All things are good. Even when things are fucked up, just refill your cup and look up. Yeah. Even when life is the shit, pure manure. Keep your head high and remember the line.
I'm fine, you're fine, we're all fine. It's time to go back in time and listen to some classic Blackmore. This is called Thing You Don't Want from the Vault.
Let us play this game. I am everything, everything you don't want, thing you don't want. Why is love a pain? What is there to gain with a thing you don't want? Thing you don't want. They say love is blind. I think that it's fine. I'm a thing you don't want. Thing you don't want. Maybe I'm just bad. I just make 'em mad. I'm a thing you don't want. Thing you don't want. But my love is true. That don't mean shit to you. I'm a thing you don't want. Thing you don't want. I'd do anything. I'd get you everything. Everything you don't want. Thing you don't want.
Hey, Craig Blackmore killing it on the NXM stage. Go join them. You can find the link in the where is it? The live stage links. Go to the NXM stage or stay with us here on the Bullish and Bearish show that is about to continue. Are you good, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've heard that a group from Andy that worked a lot on the festival is playing right now. Maybe somehow we can hope on either now or maybe later. Andy, can you tell us until when Rochambeau is playing? Just maybe to have a vision. And yeah, whatever you. I just wanted to make a
I don't know if he's in
briefing.
here.
I just saw him, so he dropped a link to the Hashma stage. But whatever, you can continue. I will put a cameraman on there. At least keep an eye.
Cool.
Oh, and we back.
We're back.
All right, we are back. 3 topics down, 4 topics to go. The Bulls are leading this bitch. 5 Bulls, 1 Bear.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's keep the party going. Let's hop into the topic that's next on the list, which is a throwback. I think pretty sure we talked about this on one of the earlier episodes of Bullish or Bearish, but you know, some time has passed and maybe we feel a little different than we felt months ago about Audius. For those unfamiliar, Audius is a Web3 music streaming platform. To me, it kind of feels like SoundCloud, but Web3 version of SoundCloud, maybe. I think that's a good comparison. Yeah, I'll get into more details, I guess, when I give my sentiment. But let's kick it off with you, Mai. Are you bullish or bearish on the Audius streaming platform?
Okay. This is a tough one. This is definitely a tricky one. Very similar to the Meta one in a sense.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Before you go, let's just add this on top here.
Okay.
Audius is currently having their Audius Autumn music festival as we speak, which kind of felt like a reaction to everything that's been going on the past 2 weeks here between Decentraland and Cryptovoxels. But maybe it's just a coincidence. Who knows? You have the floor.
Yes. So I guess I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'll tell a little brief story.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was about to play that, but I didn't. But oh yeah, so I'll tell a brief story about that. So yeah, Audius did decide to throw a music festival the same day as ours. So I thought that was a bit strange. And you know, of course, I was reaching out to people, and I reached out to Audius, and I talked to 3 separate members of their team, and 2 out of the 3, one was the CEO, and one was Cooper, who basically said that he doesn't really play like too much of he plays more of like an advisory role, so he kind of directed me to some other dude. But I actually talked to the CEO, and they said that they were down to do a panel, and they were also down to participate in the event. Then a week later, the other guy who I was also in contact with tells me that, "Oh, we might not be able to do it because we might like be participating in another festival, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Okay, well, like all we're doing, we just want, we just want to do like an interview or something like that. We just want audience to be a part, trying to make it easy." So basically, a couple weeks later, they the other guy, the other guy that I was talking to was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then I sent basically a confirmation email, a mail, like trying to lock in the time slot. Then the other guy a day later basically tells me that they can't make it because they're going to be a part of some other festival. So I was just getting back and forth, and essentially I was thrown a loop, and I was yeah, I wasn't pleased with that situation. But I'm selling my audio. No, but basically, yeah, I don't know if that really gives any leeway into my answer. That's just more of a personal situation. I was just like kind of disappointed that they decided to not um come to yeah, that they just decided to not be a part of the fest. I thought that was beat. But why not? And why not come in, join in on the festivities? But no, they wanted to go and throw their own fest, which come on, guys. Come on, guys. They could have put that stage in our festival and probably got just the same amount. But no, they don't want to collaborate like that. They want to go and do their own thing. Come on. Emanates out here with this whole ass stage doing all kinds of shit. And we can't get audience to be a part of stuff. That's butt cheeks. I wasn't happy about that. And they've also done a couple other moves throughout the past year that are really making me think that they're a bit more sus than they lead you on to believe. But hey, look, this is just, this is a peasant's point of view. Let's be very clear. I don't know what's going on. But just from my point of view, it's a bit sketch for me. So it's hard to say, but once again, because of all that, I'm saying that they seem to be moving like the Titans in the first world rollers of the current day. So it's hard for me to say that their tactics won't work. So to say that if I'm bullish or bearish on Audius in the future, that's a tough one. Actually, it's tough because I also believe that they could easily be sued at some point. And Emanate's out here doing the same concept with 1/4 of the not even like 1/10 of the user base, and they're actually paying their artists already. So it's hard to say. I kind of want to pause and see what you have to say before I really give my sentiment.
Whoa, you're changing the rules? Alright.
Is there rules now?
No, there's never any rules. Um, nah, I mean it's all good. I'll give my answer right off the top. I'm bearish. I'm bearish on Audius. Yeah. Yeah, only because I got your back, man. Well, not only. There's some other reasons too. Um, one of them being what Louis kind of alluded to, like, can you even make money off of Audius? How the fuck is it a Web3 streaming platform and you're like, you should be able to stream money, right? As well as stream music. Like, why the fuck are artists not getting paid on Audius? They did this implementation with NFTs where you get this new tab on your Audius profile called the collectible tab, and you can showcase and display all the NFTs that you own, which is fine. You could set one of your NFTs as your profile pic, right? Kind of like what Twitter will be doing pretty soon. Audius kind of beat them to the punch or whatever, right? Cool. But you can't make an NFT on Audius. You can't sell an NFT on Audius. You don't even receive you might get some audio tokens if you get your song in the top 5, I believe. They have like weekly competitions and shit like that. And if you get enough streams, you might get some airdrops of audio tokens. But I mean, you have to be in the top 5. Like, besides that, how else do you benefit from putting your creativity on this particular platform? Maybe that'll change. Hopefully it will change. I think that's the bigger picture. They do want to compensate artists for every stream. I would love to see that come to fruition. But currently, I am bearish.
Wow. Well, Yeah, that's a strong take, but I definitely respect it, and I definitely completely can see I can see the side of myself that would 100% agree with you. But with that being said, um, yeah, like there's a lot of problems and right now what looks like false claims. But I do believe that, and look, I agree with everybody's sentiment. I think that, you know, they're doing things that are only gonna benefit the top tier no matter what. Even when they bring in these new artists, who do you think's gonna get the top streams that week? That new big artist, because everyone's gonna be streaming their track because they're like, oh, look at who's on the platform, which once again proves, you know, sometimes, you know, the artist can be the platform and the artist can blow up the platform. So that's not a bad thing because it brings fans, but at the same time, it brings fans that are listening in a Web 2 way anyway. So it's not really a good like it's not a good arbitrage of attention. It's not like the type of clientele they really would want. So I don't agree with a lot of what they're doing in terms of like how they're choosing to market, how they're choosing to move forward with a lot of like their things. But I do still believe in honestly the fundamental team and the people that are thinking on the longer end of the spectrum here. And right now, you know, we're just seeing the short term aspects of it, and we're saying like, "Yo, pay me," blah blah blah. Like, why not? Yeah, like you can, yeah, like why? What? Like, basically, until they can pay, they're always going to be a bit a sketch. But I'm I know that I can already see that this is just. Yo, what an entrance right there. That's actually hilarious. The Kane gif. That's so funny. But no, yeah. All right, look, I'm gonna say it. I'm I'm bullish on audio still. It's a 51% though, guys. It's 51. Don't hang me. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Let me do it to myself.
Please.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Facts. Yeah, shout out to Kane, shout out to Louis C in the chat, shout out Easy, shout out Natalie, Carolina, everybody here tonight, Elbow, Legion, all of you guys, Trash Lights, Fish Brain, thank you guys for being here. So yeah, so I think your last bull just took us to 6 bulls, right? We're at 6 bulls, 2 bears. How are you guys
Wow.
looking in the chat? How are your predictions going? I mean, this is interesting here. Only 2 bears thus far. I think they're both from me, aren't they? Did you give any bears?
Me. Did I give any bears yet? I don't think I have actually. I think I've been all bulls tonight.
Lord.
I'm all bowled up. I'm bowled up. Actually, you know, that reminds me, guys. I only have roaches next to me at this point in the night. Might have to start breaking those down, putting them into some bowls so that I can maybe become a bit paranoid and go bearish on them.
You just got to re-up. I don't know what you're doing.
It's tough out here.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, you know who else it's tough out here for? Any other chain besides Ethereum, right? So
Right.
our next topic is Ethereum's dominance over the NFT market, right? And this is pretty much a topic that you brought to the table in so many words, right? How are you feeling? Are you bullish or bearish on the fact that Ethereum is still dominating the NFT market and these gas fees are ridiculous, and the uptick in Polygon and the Binance chain and some of these other alternatives, they're not doing the volume that Ethereum is doing, even with all of these gas fees? Like it's kind of crazy, right? What do you think?
Well, this is a loaded one. Because ultimately we're talking about any other chain that's not Ethereum. In all of the use cases that apply, right? Just so I know the context here. True? Sorry, I was asking you.
I'm sorry, I was zoned out. What did you say?
Yeah, that's my excuse too. I was a little zonked out too. You want to intro that again?
It was your damn topic. So anyway, yeah, like the fact that Ethereum is dominating the NFT space, even with these high gas fees, and we're not seeing really that much of an impact from Polygon and some of these other layer 2s or even alternative blockchains like like a flow. I just posted some information in the chat that kind of breaks down the top 10 blockchains doing NFTs, and it shows the sales volume for the past 24 hours, and Ethereum is like dominating. And so I guess I should word this: looking into the future, maybe a year from now, are you bullish or bearish that Ethereum will still be dominating the NFT space?
Yeah, so I absolutely think this is a really good conversation, especially for everybody out here that's building, because this is something that I think we could maybe get a bit of a head start on while still utilizing the Ethereum chain. So what I'm about to say is not going to have any effect on what I believe Ethereum will do. I think Ethereum will be the premier blockchain forever. I believe that this is the chain that I think will always hold the most capital and will always be the chain that most big time assets are going to live within. And I believe ultimately Ethereum will end up being nothing more than a staking pool for very wealthy people, essentially like how 401ks and mutual funds are. That's what will happen to all of Ethereum. That's like eventually, because everybody will get it, everybody will be there, it'll all be gone. And what are all these wealthy people eventually going to do with their high asset? They're just going to want to stake against it, and there will probably be ways to do that that will all be implemented. So that's kind of what I think will happen. So there has to be a layer 2 or a secondary chain or something other than Ethereum that has low transaction fees and basically allows you to do and have all of the resource and tool from the the blockchain in Web3, but with none of the fees, and it will create a totally different market. So it's so yeah, I mean, in short, as I milk, I'm definitely bullish on secondary chains. I think that the caveat there is that the formula has not been laid out yet, because we're still getting all of the juice out of that main net, and we're just really utilizing all of the we're just gaining the attention still. Like, this is still so early, it's hilarious kind of, but we really are. But when it gets too big, that's when secondary chains and these types of things will have to blow up. I mean, we saw Solana go from $1, less than $1, to over 150 or whatever it is. I think that's that definitely just says a lot. I just feel like it's an eye-opening situation, and I think the only thing that will make a chain work or not work is the community. And Solana had a community that went to it. I think Matic is going to have a community that goes to it. And whenever these game developers build their worlds, they're not going to build their worlds on Ethereum. They're most likely going to build their worlds on something secondary so that they can scale it to a massive degree. So I think, yeah. So ultimately, I'm bullish. I'm definitely bullish on secondary chains.
So okay, let's clarify this. So you're bullish on secondary chains.
I know,
So
I
that
know.
would mean you're bearish on Ethereum's NFT dominance within a year, right?
Oh, that's tough. Okay, I see that. I see what we're doing here. Like I said, that was the trick. Is like, this market's gonna grow as a whole. So for me to say that would be wrong. But in 5 years, maybe, because, like I said, I think a lot of that capital will eventually stop, because it'll be like where all the capital goes for totally different reasons. Whereas right now, all of that capital is there wrapped up in NFTs and art projects and staking pools or whatever it is. It's like, eventually that all of that money, I think, is going to go to even deeper levels of the main net, where it's like that won't ever really even come out. And I think, like, there's going to be no choice but to have to use something other than Ethereum. In a year, it's hard. I mean, I still think Ethereum NFTs are going to be dominant in a year. Like, that's obvious. That's a hands down. But that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that secondary chains won't have a massive run up in the next year. I bet some might go up 10 to 100x. Not financial advice, but it's possible on some of these other blockchains. But yeah, I'll pause for a second.
Yeah, no. So what's your answer? Is it a bull or a bear?
I am bullish. I'm bullish. Yeah, it's a tricky question, because I'm not saying that ETH is not going to dominate. I'm just saying it's going to be more like both, and they're going to climb with it, but most likely at a faster rate or more volume. Like it's going to grow bigger, more in terms of percentage than the other one.
Okay, we're gonna put you down for a bull. All right,
What?
gotcha.
Oh, bull. Yeah, bull. I'm bulling it up tonight, guys.
Mr. Milkman.
I had to bring out the milk on that one.
Yeah, I mean, will ETH's NFT dominance continue a year from now? I think so. I mean, like if Ethereum 2.0 actually comes to fruition and does what it's supposed to do, then we've pretty much solved all of our gas problems, and we could scale and things that move a lot quicker. And they already are clearly the leader in this space. And if they fix their shit between now and next year, I think they might continue to dominate. Besides them, I think Flow has all the talent and the capital and the IP, like the people they're partnered with, the UFC and Dr. Seuss and a lot of major brands, Warner Music. I think Flow will stand a good chance in the future as far as like being maybe a top 3. I don't know where they are right now. Let me scroll up and check out this. Yeah, so they're number 4 right now as far as like NFT sales volume in the past 24 hours. Yeah, so I'm gonna go bull as well. I'm a bull on this.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. And yeah, I mean, we can't ignore that a lot of the most successful NFT projects, you know, other than the Bored Ape Club and the fucking CryptoPunks, which is once again, that's just mega wealth. It's not realistic wealth. Like I mean, we're talking for the peasants here. No disrespect, you know, we are. That's what we are. Like in some respect. Not I'll speak for myself. I'll speak for myself. But like the point is, we're speaking from a way different financial situation. Whereas like that's gonna be the private equity mutual fund group. Whereas the Flow blockchain is gonna be where the next Bored Ape clubs and the next CryptoPunks are being born on these secondary or alternative blockchains 100%.
I can see that. Cool. All right, let's keep the energy going. Let's keep it moving. Still talking NFTs. Next topic on the list here is where we at? Fractionalized NFTs, right? I think the most popular platform to fractionalize an NFT right now is maybe Fractional.
Or Party Bid.
Party Bid as well, right? Yeah, so the idea being that you could take an NFT, typically a one of one, and fractionalize that ERC 721 into shards of fungible tokens, ERC 20 tokens. The idea being that the community could have ownership over an NFT that might be too expensive for one person to purchase. An example might be like a CryptoPunk, which I think the floor price on a punk right now is $400,000-$500,000. By the way, who saw that sell late last night of a CryptoPunk that sold for $500 million? Well, it was a little sketch. Like I think it was the same person buying and selling their own shit. I don't know, but $500 million for a CryptoPunk, really? It's fucking ridiculous. The whole shit is ridiculous. But anyway, I digress. The point is, if a punk is too expensive to buy outright on your own, the community can come in and contribute ETH to purchase fractionalized shares or ownership of the punk. Maiworld, are you bullish or bearish on the idea of fractionalized NFTs?
Bullish.
Damn. Okay.
I'm bullish. This to me is where one of ones will go in the future. It won't no longer be, because DAOs will become so popular. There will be you got chaps on tonight. I don't even know what that means, but I love it. I'm definitely sorry. I'm here. I'm alive. But fuck, what were we talking about, guys? Damn, you know what I'm saying?
Fractionalized NFT. Stay with me.
Fractionalized NFTs, yes. Okay, so remember how we were talking about one of ones, and I said basically the market is like these investors. It's an investor mentality. It's somebody who wants to own that because they genuinely believe in that thing as much as they believe in that thing becoming more valuable in the future, right? So for me, I see that investor mentality, which we're already seeing today with things like Dogecoin, things like GameStop, things like Shiba, whatever it is, these meme coins and um these projects, these stocks that get this rally of community behind them that blast them up. And I genuinely believe that what's going to happen is this is going to happen with communities in the form of attacking one of ones to own them as a community. So I think that you can do that through additions and say, oh, I'm gonna put 100 out, and that's going to be like quote unquote a fractionalized version. But to me, having a one of one fractionalized with one of these types of platforms in a way is like a way to have a community co-own a one of one piece of art. I think that's like kind of more exciting. I don't know, to co-own with multiple people a piece of art. And some people, and it's all based on how much money you put in, so it's directly correlated with your actual investment. So I don't know, I'm definitely bullish on it. I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think it's going to get more and more popular as more and more communities become the norm and more people find ways to co-bid on things, because that's the one thing that I notice is like a lot of things get blown up simply because of the fact that there's a large community behind them simply blowing it up. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's just is what it is. And I think that can be good, that can be bad. So I think that more likely will be less from individuals and more from communities. So fractionalizing it is the only way for that to be the case. So I would say I'm bullish.
Okay. I would say that I feel you, but I don't this time. Yeah, man. I'm gonna jump out the window off the bat and say I am bearish, exactly. Very bearish on fractionalized NFTs. And before I get all the pushback, let me explain why. All right. So, I mean, it's great. It's great, and I'm bullish if you're the seller. If you have an NFT and you need some liquidity, you want to cash out that bitch, and you take it to the community and you want to fractionalize it and get your money, get your money. Like, it's great if you're a seller, but if you're a buyer, it's bullshit. In my opinion, my humble opinion, I'm very bearish on this idea. Right? It's like I'd rather have an edition. Honestly, I'd rather have an edition which is an actual 721, right? NFT. I don't necessarily want a fungible ERC20 token that represents partial ownership in a 721 NFT, right? These are totally different things, right? And what happens is, okay, so you fractionalize the punk or whatever the NFT is. Your weight in that community is based on how much ETH or whatever the denomination is that you put in. So the more ETH that you put in to the pool or whatever to own this, the more say that you have. Like, would you ever own a house or any other asset with 400 people? Like, would you want 400 people to all own your house with you? Like, what the fuck?
Bro, I couldn't disagree with you more.
Wait, no, well, you had the floor. Let me finish this real quick.
My bad.
So like, yeah, like, no, like the decision making, like, so you guys have to come together and decide when you're going to sell it. You'll have to decide the floor price or what you're going to sell it for. And I mean, you'll get the vote, but your vote is only proportional to the number of shards that you own. So if I own the majority, whatever I want to do, we're going to do. Like, you really, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Personally, I just rather own the shit myself. Maybe I'll change my mind, but from my vantage point right now, like, it just doesn't make sense that I would allow other people to kind of dictate my financial sort of, you know what I mean?
No, I understand the perspective 100%. I understand where you're coming from. I just argue that I think that perspective is not going to be the perspective of the majority of people in the future. The majority of people in the future will want to be involved with co-ownership with multiple people. Like when you said, would somebody want to, would 10 people want to own a house? Do you know how many
people? No.
No, 100 people. It doesn't. Okay, let's make it 100. Make it 1,000. Like, it doesn't matter to me. The answer is yes. 100,000% people will want to do that. Like, no doubt. That is like, and I'm not saying that's not messy. I'm not saying that isn't going to be an ideal situation, but a lot of people would do that. I think that makes sense for large communities of very well tied together people who have their shit together. That's like not a bad idea at all. It could benefit everybody as long as that's smooth, but that takes a large amount of responsibility. But that's where I believe we're going. That's why I say, like, I agree with your point of view, but it's almost it's a bit of a privileged point of view in a sense. It's like you're like you're privileged to be able to be the one of one owner of something, but let's just say that that thing is huge and it's worth a lot of money. Like in a community of people wants to own it and not just like a fucking company or super rich people or whatever it is. I think it gives this is where I'm bullish on the idea of communities owning things, which is through fractionalization. But I do understand that you could get the same vibe through additions, and but at that point, you're really just splitting up the fractions yourself. So let's say it's a 1 of 100, you're splitting up the fraction to 1 of a 100, and instead of 100 people buying a fractionalized version of it, right?
These are
That's a
different
1.
tokens altogether.
I don't agree though. I don't think that the
Oh,
community
I
sees
mean,
it
they're
like that.
different tokens altogether,
Right, but the community will not see it like that. That's what I'm
but
saying.
it's
Like,
technically a different token.
right, I just don't think that the community well, one of them is an actual like, yeah, you're one of them, you're literally getting, like, tokens to represent your ownership, and the other one is actually owning, an actual NFT. So I understand the difference. I just
Yeah,
personally think that communities won't mind, and I think that that's, like, gonna be more popular to do, but
but let me
it's
ask you this,
hard.
because no, I kind of agree with what you're saying. Like as far as the majority, right? Maybe I'm an
Yeah.
outlier. Maybe my vantage point is different than most. Maybe whatever. But so all right, let's take bored apes as an example, right? So let's say you want to fractionalize a bored ape, and so that's what you do, and now you have 500 community owners of this bored ape, right? So then what happens when now you can mutate your ape into a mutant ape? Who gets that? What wallet address does it go to? Does it go to the?
We've talked about this, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like I don't really have the answers either. It's like what
Well,
happens at this point?
100%, and that's up to the communities, which is very interesting. It's very interesting, and when I say communities, I mean the community of, like, the people who kind of can dictate that themselves. So, like, the owner or whatever it is. I don't know how to describe that, in a community in Web3, but so, I mean, that's tricky. That's a tricky answer, but it doesn't to me, it doesn't negate it because there's something about the collectivity of owning something that I think drives people more than the concept of I just want to own it myself. I think more people will want to own with other people with the con of it, but the positives to them are way larger because they're with them. They just feel more connected as a group. Whereas on the alternative side, I would say that I see um, the one of one collector being very rare in the future. Truthfully.
And like, do you have to like? I'm asking. I don't really know the process, but I would think, right? You would have to build some sort of liquidity pool. Like, what do you do with all these ERC20 tokens, these shards that represent ownership? Like, do you turn that into a liquidity pool with matched against ETH? Like, how do you like? I don't listen. There's too many unanswered questions for me right now. Perhaps I should do some more research. But
Well,
I'm
I'm
bearish
talking.
at this moment.
Yeah, okay, so you're bearish, I'm bullish, but I do understand where you're coming from. I do think it's still a little early for me to be so confident on that. I just believe in the concept, but I just don't think that the infrastructure is really there yet for it to make as much sense as it should. Um, but I do agree with, the criticisms of it that you're throwing. I think that they're valid. I just think it's going to move into a different paradigm shift at some point, and it's going to get real fucking weird up in here, man. You guys think the Web3 world has seen something, man. I think it's gonna get real fucking wicked in here.
X. I think this is a good time for a break. Mighty, if you are still there on the boards, could we go ahead and throw to a song real quick and we'll come back with the final topic and maybe do some Q&A and find out who the winner is so Mai can give them their wonderful gifts.
Yeah, I'm there.
Dope.
And I'm down to drop a wearable as well for the winner.
Nice.
So let me
Okay.
find the song. I made a special edition of my helmet in Cryptovoxels, a special MVMF edition that is purple and black, and it looks pretty good. Let me just find the track 1 second. Alright.
Hey, where are you going? Don't tell me you go to that Metaverse again. Oh shit. I'ma do all of this?
It's going down, yo, in the Metaverse, Metaverse, yo. The Metaverse, Metaverse, yo. It's going down, yo, in the Metaverse, yo. Metaverse, yo. Metaverse, yo. Metaverse, yo. It's going down, yo, in the Metaverse, yo. It's going down, down, going down, down, down. It's going down, down, it's going down, down. It's going down in the Metaverse. Fuck it like your Metaverse. Wanna drop the verse, but hear this, you are not the first. From what I see, you're late to the party, and I haven't slept the whole 2020. What you gonna do now? Just follow into the crowd, and if you wanna financial advice, just listen it out. You get the vibe from the sound of my voice, yeah, from the sound of my voice, yeah, from the sound of my voice. Yeah, from the sound of my voice, yo. 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 It's going down, yo, in the Metaverse, Metaverse, yo. The Metaverse, Metaverse, yo. It's going down, yo, in the Metaverse, yo. In the Metaverse, yo. Metaverse, yo. Metaverse, yo. Oh, it's going down, yo, in the Metaverse, yo. Going down, yo, in the Metaverse, yo. Yo.
Hey,
Jinx, yummy soda.
what kind of soda?
I'm a Dr. Pepper guy. If I indulge.
Really? Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. What kind of guy did I take you for?
Fanta? Shit, I don't know.
Fanta's cool. I can fuck with some Fanta.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just reading this post here by God's Soul One Love. Fire name. I just wanted to mention that this would be a immaculate move for the fractionalization concept. So let's just say that every buy creates a ghost NFT of that on a different chain that represents the value of the fraction. So then it basically just keeps going. If 100 people buy in a 2000, and then it just kind of just averages out. Like the NFTs just find a way to like give their value, but they're in one NFT instead of it being like 2,300 tokens or something. You know what I mean? So that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I apologize. I was like half listening.
No,
trying to
fuck me,
message
dude.
Mighty really. Oh no, I was trying to message Mighty that the got the wrong score on the board. So
Okay, sorry,
yeah,
I
just
wasn't
score right now.
sure. What is it exactly?
oh 9-3. This is the last topic here.
Yeah,
Immaculate
right.
fractionalization. That is a quality. That's a quality name for sure. Big W's.
Let me just read this. What he said, okay? So I can.
Is it really 10-4?
No,
No, it
it's
should be
9-3.
9-3.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say what the fuck.
Yeah. That might be a possibility. God Soul One Love. I'll definitely be keeping my eye on this whole fractionalized NFT space. It's interesting to me, and I like to watch what people do. I always find people watching fascinating. So, yeah, I'll be paying attention to the whole fractional space. Thanks, Mighty, for correcting that on the board. Maybe it does end up being 10-4. We'll see. This is the final topic for the evening. Which is Festival DAO. Now, Festival DAO is pretty much what it says. It's turning the idea of throwing festivals in the metaverse into a DAO. The idea that you have a community of people, kind of like we are, who are able to submit proposals to create scenes and venues and get artists and musicians and merch and acquire land and to gamify and turn this whole festival concept into a DAO where people are rewarded from the DAO for their contribution. And so I kind of feel like I think I know what you're going to say, but let's hear you say it. Maiworld, are you bullish or are you bearish on a festival DAO?
Oh boy. Just when you think you know a guy. Just when you think you know a guy. That's when they switch up on you. Let's go down this topic. It's a festival DAO. I don't know anything like the sorts that is happening at the current moment. But no, I play. I joke. But yeah, so I think it's hard to say off the bat. I think that this has not been done yet, and it definitely has not been done yet. And I think my only real interpretation of what this would be like would be from what we've done here. So, really, that would be my main thing to go off of. But given the possibilities in trying to take this festival out of it, I think that the idea of a festival DAO makes a disgusting amount of sense. I mean, you got ticketing, you got long-term use case in that idea. Everyone's trying to come up with a project and give it fake utility, and not saying that it is fake utility, but like they're forcing the utility. Whereas a festival DAO would have no problem coming up with utility, just like it wasn't really difficult for us to come up with things to do. There's so much to do that it was actually overwhelming just trying to organize all of the things you could do. And obviously we're going to learn a lot from this one in particular. So yeah, as far as the potential of it all, it's hard to say. It's hard to say where this could go, but I think that it could be very, very successful, and it's an incredible, flexible idea. Now, to my answer,
Oh my god,
my am,
bruh.
I'm bullish.
Thank goodness. There you go, Mighty. You had that correct. There's 10 bulls on the board. Yeah, I mean, I figured you were going to say that. I mean, we're at the MVMF. That makes sense, right? I have some alpha for everybody. I'm going to drop a link in the chat here to something called the Festival District. And they're looking to create a festival DAO. Would you look at that? There might be opportunity for people in this chat to get involved and get themselves positioned if you want to participate in this particular festival DAO that's being created. But the concept overall, depending on how it's structured, I too would say that I am bullish on the idea of turning music festivals into a sort of DAO. Again, depending on how it's structured, the idea that the community can come together. Hold on. What's up, Natalie? What's up with this Janet Jackson gift? But no, I think that it could work. And we will see in short order with this particular project at the Festival District how they do things. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that I am bullish on the topic, which would bring us to 11-3 as a final score this evening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big bulls.
Big bulls.
That's a lot of bulls.
Facts.
11-3. Did anybody get this correct?
Yeah, if anybody guessed 11-3, please raise your hand, or we'll just do a search.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like nobody got it right.
I feel like, did you even give a bear this evening, bro? I think you were just so optimistic and like happy to be here type shit. Like, did you give any bears?
I don't think I gave any bears.
He's high. No, that's the MVMF fatigue.
Yeah, no doubt. But don't get me wrong. Like, it's just I was bullish on everything. I don't know what to say. You know what I mean?
No, that sounded fair. I like definitely both of your arguments over all these topics, and that all sounded pretty fair from both your point of view. So no tricks. There's no scam in that score, I believe, or
No
maybe
scams,
just a little bit of
decent
fatigue.
Did I just rug pull the Bullish or Bearish chat?
Maybe I saw Kane saying that he may have won.
I won.
Kane, you didn't win. Come on, bro.
I won. What the fuck is this? What kind of rough bullshit is this? I won.
How you gonna leave me on read and pop into this chat right now?
I won. Just tell me I won. What did I win?
Hey,
No,
you was late, bro.
You left me on read.
I didn't leave you on red. I don't even know what that means.
No, I'm just messing with you. No, you did. You did leave me on read, but like it's all good.
I did. Is that a bad thing? Did I do that? Did I do that to you? I'm sorry.
It's all right, dude. It hurt my feelings, bro. That's why I'm bringing it up here on the Bullish Bearish.
I don't think I did that to you because I don't know how to do that. So I don't think I did that to you.
Check your Twitter DMs, bro.
In fact, who the fuck does that?
Clearly you. That's why the blue check's up.
Who checks my Twitter DMs? What is this here?
Are we about to do this live right now?
Yeah, apparently, because you said I left you on, yo, bro, for your special published. Oh, well, see, if you asked me that, I would have did it.
Oh, now you would have done it, huh?
Yeah, I didn't have a thing, so I was like, okay, cool. Let me just do a snow day because I didn't get a guest because of the Metaverse Music Festival, so I did snow day. But I'm happy to hear Bullish and Bearish, motherfucker. I'm happy that my pride and ego didn't get in the way of this glorious thing for the people, because this is what we need. And I'm the people. This is what I need. I need to hear you two talking. That. I need to hear your insanity balanced out with Connie's rational level-headedness. Yes. And then I need to hear Mai coming in with the ill Frenchness. That's all I'm here for. I'm here for that combination. That is an oxtail stew of people. And everyone loves oxtail stew.
Yo, shout out to you, Kane. I love the energy, bro. I'm happy to have you here, man. And I still got to come on that public school show that you do every week. We got to figure out that schedule, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would listen whenever you're available. I'm available. I will make time for the Great County Digital. I throw your numbers in people's faces. It's very fun for me. So in a way, I owe you.
Okay, all right.
It's very fun. I'm not making you any new fans, but I am making a point about the space.
Well, I'm fine with that too. It's all good.
And so I think I have a few people ready to propose to Mighty 33.
Say what now?
Oh yeah,
I've got some. Yeah, because I hit him with the.
Oh yeah, he's like shit.
That is now his theme music, and when it happens, people throw underwear in Clubhouse. Didn't even know you could do that, but it happens. I'm sorry, boys. I don't want to interrupt, but I did win. So whatever the prize is, kmayfield.eth, just send it on down. It's all to the good. No one's gonna complain about this one.
Did you actually win though? Real talk?
No, I never won. Easy was right.
Well, we got to give something away.
There's two winners, actually.
There's two winners?
Yeah, Andy and Roberto Cabellon.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's my pseudonym, Roberto Cabellon. Yes, that's me. That's also me. Just send it to me because I go by that and Enrique Shockwave. Those are my other names that I go by when I check in the hotels. Yeah, just tag Kane, Natalie. Don't even bother. I'm not even on that account right now. Just tag me. I got it. I'm Roberto Cabellon, and I'm also the they call me Trundle the Great. These are a few names I go by that you guys didn't know about.
I think we can work something out for Trundle the Great.
Oh shit! Okay, you something else, bro. Oh man. All right. So, do we want to open up the mic? Did anybody have any questions or want to contribute to the show as we kind of wind down and get ready for, I guess, whatever's next on the schedule here.
It's Kane.
Kane is next.
Yes.
Oh shit! Look at that segue. Kane, what up, bro?
Yo, what's going on? This is great. I'm not even going by Trundle today. This is an unexpected, fortuitous event. But I'm having fun. I've been talking about the Metaverse Music Festival for the last 2 weeks, and I've been getting progressively more excited every time I talk about it. And I've made the pitch that if we don't break one of these metaverses, it's kind of a sad thing. Something need to get broke between today and Sunday. We need to break something. Some shit need to go down.
I thought I saw somebody said that we were crashing CV earlier. I don't know if that was true or not. But
That's
I
what
did see
want.
that.
See, because I know we're gonna break it anyway, right? And then there's people who are coming who don't know, oh, what the fuck's going on? It went down. And I was like, listen, if it goes down, you mark that shit on your calendar as a red letter day, like a Dothraki wedding. A couple niggas got to die. And they go, well, I don't understand. If we threw a block party, right? Just hypothetically, if we threw a block party in the middle of Brooklyn, and that block party got so fucking crazy that the power went out in the whole city, that's a hell of a party. And don't you want the POAP for that party?
Facts.
Fucker. So understand what we're trying to break here. We're trying to break the fucking metaverse with all of our peopleness. So get your peoples in there and people that shit up and people the population and then burn it down like Easy said. I don't believe in burning things. So that sounds like a riot and then rubber bullets happen and it's a whole thing. But before that, it's going to be fun. Rip your shirt off, get wild and woolly. Trundle style.
Trundle style, baby. Not sure what that means exactly, but Trundle style. Facts.
Doesn't matter. We just say words. You know what's funny? I live in a space somewhere between you two. That's why I love your show so much. I'm like half of both of you.
My
I'm
digital.
logical and pragmatic. Yeah.
Interesting.
There you go.
Connie World.
That's terrible.
Yeah, my
I like
digital is
digital
another name.
Maiworld.
I'm gonna start checking into hotels under my digital.
There you go.
Son of Bobby Digital. Doo-doo-doo.
Hey, shout out to the RZA.
This is with no drugs. I'm just this way. I knew I'd have to be on, so I just stayed away from everything for the whole day. So y'all are the first people that I talked to, besides like the Wawa's lady.
I wish I had the self-control for that. That was tough for me today.
It's a tablespoon of antisocial, go to sleep in the barber chair. It's very easy. I have to go to a Halloween party.
You trust them like that? You trust them like that? You're going to fall asleep?
I don't even tell them what I want.
Dude.
It's actually a lady. The people
So
who
you
make
just
my
go sit down in her
sandwiches and my
chair and she
haircut.
just...
Yeah, they'll always do the same. What do you want? I just look at them. Shut the fuck up. Just do your job. And then I go to sleep. And then I wake up. And then there's sandwich or a haircut. And that's a wonderful thing to wake up to. Did you ever wake up to a fresh haircut? It's a fucking fantastic feeling.
Kane's living lavish.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man, you gotta just have trust with your fucking people. Like my barber knows how to nudge me just right, so I stop snoring. That's love, yo. That's a no-look pass.
That's a lot of
Someone in the
trust.
shop said it. It was like, yo, you go to sleep and she got a razor on your face? I go, yeah. What if you turn? She knows how to move. She's nimble. What the fuck is wrong with you? So how does she know what
You're a
haircut
wild
you
boy.
want? She figures it out. She knows what makes me look good. My sandwich guy, he understands the relative level of fatness. That fatness is like a planet. I don't live on it because then you be on that TV show My Girl Watch, and then people laugh at you, and you can't. You gotta get the stick with the rag to shower. You don't want. No one wants to do that. But I orbit the planet, so I orbit it. I orbit.
How do you orbit it?
Well, you do fat things, but you stay very nimble, which means every now and again I can surprise people with how agile I am, like jumping over a fence or a turnstile.
Okay.
Just so that the skinny people around you know that if the cops or a wild animal gets loose or something happens, it ain't gonna just be me automatically, nigga. You're gonna have to put some effort in. If there's like a wild, like a bandicoot or a chupacabra or something just runs in here right now, you would think a svelte person would just outrun you.
I can't with you, bro.
What happened? What did I do? Did I do a racism? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that kind of digital. I apologize.
Oh shit.
Can I just do a Clubhouse thing and stop for a second and say a really nice
Did I
thing about
do
you?
a racism?
I didn't mean to do a racism, but I want to do a Clubhouse thing and stop and give Connie his flowers. I use you as a spiked bat that I hit niggas with who have no idea what goes on over here, especially rap people. And they talk this monkey shit about this metaverse and NFTs, and at some point they bring up Tory Lanez and his lying ass, and you know I get very frustrated because I'm not as smart as you guys, so I get very frustrated, and I go, that's not how any of that shit works. Yeah, like Negan, thank you, Elbow, and I go, well, you don't have to be. Oh, yeah, okay, well, thank you, Techno. I don't suck their dicks if that's what you're implying. I don't do that. I do, however, say, well, look at Connie Digital, and then I bring them to async, and then in true hoe fashion, I count your money in front of them.
Okay,
it's very fun. It's the only pocket watching that I condone doing, and I say, look at this. Now count this up. Now count this up. Now count this up. How much did he make off of a song that this apparent person you've never heard of? And they go, oh, I mean, did he have help? They don't promote his shit like that. He did it. But how? Because this place is superior, and you want to be a slave. Well,
talk that shit.
What do y'all want? I don't want nothing. It's uncomfortable for me to pick the lock on my leg irons, go north, become a tailor, be famous for selling my suits, be treated as a freeman, read my books by the fireplace, and just think about y'all niggas listening to people tell you what to do. It hurts my heart. So I come back here and I let you talk to me spicy and you talk to me crazy and I endure it, and then I show you how to get free anyway for nothing. And they go, nah. In your world, people like me can't exist because in your world, I want something from you. Because in your world, it's just like the first scenes of The Accused in your Jodie Foster. So you don't want to go anywhere near an arcade. I get it. I understand. But in this world, people just help people. So why are you helping them? So why don't you want anything? Because the niggas who taught me didn't want anything.
Big facts.
So if you want to pay me back, do me a favor. Show somebody else and don't charge them nothing.
That's so
Can
true,
I
though.
meet Connie Digital? He doesn't want to talk to you. And this is where I fuck your fan thing up. And they go, why not? Because he hasn't been on my show yet. Bazing! Backhanded promotion, public school every fucking week. What are we doing? Come on down. Come get some public school in your life.
Facts. I'm gonna be on there though, and I no, look, I appreciate you for putting my name out there, putting the word out, and going through the async thing and doing all that. Definitely appreciate you. And you're right, man. Like, you just do shit off the strength, off of the love of helping people, and like you ain't gotta charge a nigga to do, or you don't have to charge people. You could just like willingly help them, like for nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Just because you have a good heart and you're a kind person, and like somebody taught you type shit. Like, I feel you on that. Like, and yeah, man, we're gonna do the show too. It's gonna be epic. I know that.
What if every time I called Easy, he sent me a receipt? What if every time I called Trash Lights or Fishbrain, they sent me a receipt? I would have to sell my house. What if every time I called Gat or Graf or one of the Carolina Dove would own my car at this point? She would own my motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? Because I need so much help. And everyone's been Stargazer. Stargazer is like my resident smart. So every time somebody comes in and they can tell I'm stupid, they'll go, okay, Mr. Mayfield, I have a question for you. So if I want to go and write my own smart contract, but I do not want to use Solidity, I want to use Michelson, what would you recommend for a program shift? I go, nigga, what? Stargazer, knock that shit out the park. And he goes, well, pow, home run, bitch. And then I just do ad-libs in the background. It's great. It's the best thing ever.
That was a really good accent, honestly.
Smart people come through with the space lasers, not the kind that Congress lady said. That she did a racism with regular kind, metaverse kind, the non-racist kind. What kind of world we live in where you could just say Jewish space lasers and keep your job? You can't say that type of shit. Fuck type of shit is that? Son, no, really. If I told you, if I read you hot takes, like, could you keep your job if you said this from the last 2 years? I would have, if we bet money, I would be rich. Could you say Jewish space lasers and keep your job? No, nigga, you can't. That's fucking bananas.
What's the context of Jewish space
Doesn't
lasers?
matter, nigga. You can't say that. That's crazy. Yo, I'm fucking a wild cowboy. No host, a gun out all the time. I don't say things like that because that's crazy and it's racist. Like she did a real racism. For real.
I'm just curious what the context of that was, though.
Not a whimsical kind, like making fun of Canadians and their absurd love of syrup. Like it's a real race. She did a real racism. She said Jewish people have space lasers. Alex Jones said there's chemicals that make the frogs gay. My nigga, you can't just. They say things that are racist the way I say things that are funny. Like that shit is impressive, but bad, really bad. And we're building a better universe, and we're building a better planet and a better world, and we don't fucking need them.
We don't need those space lasers.
Influencers. We don't need them. We don't need any of their anything from Bullshit Mountain. We don't need it.
Yeah, we don't need it.
An influencer, I'm trying to be more political because someone gave me a talking to. An influencer said, "What's a seed phrase?" This week, that happened. What's a seed phrase?
Wait, what do they influence again?
Oh,
they're crypto influencer?
They're creating. Oh yeah, they're gonna be selling NFTs, got their own coin, all kinds of shit.
Oh, okay.
What's a seed phrase?
That's terrible. I don't know who's following this person.
Exactly.
In there.
3.3 million people.
Damn, for real?
Yes, sir.
That's terrible.
That's on Calamity.
Yeah. So, but we need them. And I wasn't gonna say anything until someone stepped up and said, "Yeah, man, congrats, man. We love you, man. We need more influencers like you to come bring more people in this." No, the fuck we don't. We're doing just fine. We're doing just fine. We have our own heroes. We have our own folklore. We have our own culture. If people want to assimilate to that culture, in this particular case, I'm going to demand that people speak American for this planet. I'm going to demand you speak this language and understand the mores and folkways of this culture. Who was it? It was Jim Jones. I'm still not media trained yet. I'll just say niggas' names and shit. I'm not like however I'm supposed to be. So yeah.
What? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Because I got about 5 minutes, and I gotta peace out in 5 minutes. But I thank you for everybody who came to the Bullish or Bearish show. But yo, Kane, you said Jim Jones is the one who asked what's a seed phrase, and he's
100%.
He's the.
It's Capo Coin.
Don't he got NFTs? He has NFTs, right?
Yeah.
Like he's.
Yeah. But this Capo Coin. Now, aren't we all super? No, hold on. Bullish or Bearish for the chat room right now. Are you bullish?
Guy stinks.
Are you bullish on Capo Coin? I'm super bullish. Selling my house. I'm going balls deep on Capo Coin.
Is it? Hold on. Is it on Ethereum for real though? Is it really like a thing?
Who knows? Who cares? Fucking.
I don't follow this shit, so. Yeah.
It's a rug monster. It's crawling around the meta webs, eating fucking the uninitiated.
I mean, just to chime in on this, I think that this is kind of like it's definitely like shocking, and in a lot of ways it makes you just say like, damn, like what the fuck. But this also just gives us this should give us such an encouragement to know that we have such an advantage right now to innovate and to do things in a way that they simply will not be able to do just because of their, likeness or whatever it is. So I think that's the only positive caveat here is that this just gives the leverage to the newcomer, the person who's hungry, the person who wants to actually provide something and get educated properly. So that's the only positive I would say about this is knowing that it's like, that's the competition.
I'm gonna say, I want to just say this to you guys.
Please.
I want to say this to y'all and let y'all do what you will with it. I put it on Twitter, and if anyone who could hear the sound of my buttery baritone, I just want you to let this sink in, right? I have this reoccurring nightmare, and my nightmare is that I'm in New York, like Manhattan, but not now, not buildings, like before America, Manhattan, valleys and rivers, and there's fish and there's trees and there's berries and shit, and it's me and a bunch of Indians, and we all have VR headsets, and we're having fun, and no one's paying taxes, and we're just, we're just living our best lives in this new world, and there's none of the problems that we've ever dealt with, and everyone's smiling and having a good time, and then these boats pull up, and they trade all their land and VR headsets for backstage passes and autographs, and then I wake
That's a
up.
bar right there.
Oh shit.
And I don't mind if we farm, and I know some of y'all are farmers, and I don't want you to change. I know some of y'all just go, Kane, I just cultivate these berries that we all eat, and I don't want you to change. And I know some of y'all say, hey, Kane, that rug that you have in your teepee, I just sold those, man. I'm not a fighter. I don't want you to change. Some of y'all got to pick up a gun, and that's okay. And until you feel like it's time for you to do that, I'm not going to put mine down. And it's not like we have to fight violently or hard or be angry or negative or toxic. But I do think that if we get so enamored by fame and popularity that we forget that we are the fucking cool kids table. You don't have to find it. You're at it. You're sitting at it. This is it. This is the cool kids table. We're sitting at it. We don't need anyone's validation. We validate. That's the difference. We don't need anyone's validation. Y'all are special. I'm a rapper. Y'all are cooler than anyone I've met. I've met fucking everybody. You're cooler than anyone I've ever met. You make shit that's amazing. Someone sent me a VR hat, and I put it on my character. You're going to see it in a minute in Cryptovoxels. It took me about 10 minutes to get the tilt on the backwards sideways just right. And when I did it, I was so happy.
Yeah.
And that little hat that someone sent me meant more to me than any fucking gift bag or autograph or feature or collab or attaboy or that's what's up or contract from a shitty fuck record label that they pushed across the table at me. Nothing's better than this. Ain't nothing cooler than this. Ain't nothing gonna be cooler than this. We got it. We shouldn't trade it for fucking backstage passes and autographs.
Hey. Powerful shit. Who got the applause? Give that man some applause.
Incredible.
Word.
I feel you, bro.
No, yeah, facts so. I mean, that's 100%. 100% for you. You're preaching it to it just does justice to let it sit, but yeah.
100%. Yeah, yo, like I said, I gotta run. It's 11 Eastern. But thank you guys. Thank you for everybody who came out tonight. Thank you, Mai. Thank you, Mighty. Thank you, Natalie, Carolina, Kane, Easy, everybody, Fishbrain, everybody. If I forgot to say your name, I apologize, but I do appreciate your presence and your attention. And I just gotta run. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the MVMF this weekend. I'll pop in here and there, and yeah, keep it going.